there's acorns and acorn debris just sitting on the bottom of there.
There's
literally, yes. That's what's been happening.
If you leave your washer too,
Jeremy,
if you go on vacation, you're gonna come home to
Lauren
ruining your washer.
knows your pain. There, yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. There have definitely been days where she has scolded all three of us for like, I keep finding acorns in all three of your pockets.
Saoirse makes sense. Everyone else, stop it.
All right,
Blame it on the ADHD.
I do. Hi, how is everybody doing?
Hi.
Hi.
We're all here together finally. I love it. Sorry, I haven't.
We got the band back together.
I did a table at JFAX this weekend. That was super fun.
I really wanted to go, but couldn't.
Dylan got to chat it up with the voice actor for Kid Goku and Gohan.
Yeah!
I got there because he was working it with me, so we got there early and before like anybody really showed up. And she just sat and talked with him for like, I think like 10-15 minutes. And so like at the end I came up and I'm like, thank you so much. He's like, that lit a fire under his ass, like whatever. You
Was that the first time he, or has he spoken to voice actors?
spoken to other voice actors, but this was like there was no line. It was like, so
Yes.
he got to like sit there and she sat and talked with me very naturally, so it was like it didn't. I can imagine like if it's an enthusiastic youth, you're gonna be even more like, yeah, kids. So I can only imagine the kind of like experience he got. But yeah, I'm very
Oh
happy
no!
for him.
The first time I met Rob Paulson, who's the voice of Yago,
Everybody.
like he's the voice of your childhood.
The
essentially.
animated characters.
The like Rob Paulson is like the same way with every person he meets. Even if he has a long ass line, he will actually
That's because
have a decent amount of. He will
He's from
sit and have.
Michigan, and the man has some good old rock manners.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you will meet a voice actor or a famous celebrity like that who will actually take time to have a legitimate conversation with you regardless of their line, you've hit gold.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Oh, I feel so bad because I forget her name. I had a decent chat with the English voice actor for Ch4 from My Hero Academia.
Lucy Christian.
Lucy Christian. I knew it was something Christian. I felt bad I couldn't remember the first name. She actually approached me and said thank you because I asked actual questions during her panel that were relevant to voice acting. And everybody else was like, do you have bloopers? And that was just kind of all the questions she got besides from me, who just asked actual questions. She was like, thanks.
Yeah.
I'm like, I got you. Like,
Alright. So yeah, that was fun. I'll do it next year. I got so close to finishing the first chapter of my comic. But I just ran out of time. It's one of those things where it's like I could make more stuff or waste more time on something that might not get done. But that means it's right there. I just need like 2 more days. I'm not interrupted. That was the trick. Anyway, we don't need to go into that. We're here in our little dark and dreary. It hasn't been too dark and dreary though. Well, kind of. Last episode was a little.
You got a ghost.
Yeah, we got there. Ghosts.
We're on the right track. We have taken the first steps into it.
Yes.
Got some ghost shit going on.
You guys encountered a strange black cat.
That I told Mort about, and then I went to sleep. And then I left. IRL.
When there's something strange in the Runeverse, who you gonna call?
The Watch of Apostles.
Mortimer!
Crud Scrubbers. The Crud Scrubbers fits better.
No, that's not in the
Scrubbers.
contract.
kind of does, though.
They're
Yeah.
also kind of like the Ghostbusters.
They really are. They probably even wear like similar jumpsuits like they
Yeah.
supposed
They're
to.
like super inadequate.
Like enough to
except
get
at
sued?
Very key moments.
Guys, can we have
Not
matching
to get sued.
Not enough to
uniforms?
get sued, never.
Can't have that.
Kind of that's so
As long
true.
as I can make alterations, we're
The
good.
Crud Scrubbers actually
It's fair use.
disarmed Reaper
Me too
Sunny.
as well. Just super deep feet.
They took out that entire group in the sewer, like, with kind of not a problem. But then the minute that you guys stopped, like, fighting for your lives, you almost drowned in the little
like
shit.
3 nat ones to drown in shit.
Again, I still think the
So
people
heroic.
like the little offshoot in the Dix campaign should just be
They
the
just have to
scrubbers.
somehow transcend the world into a different plane of existence.
We'll figure it out. I'd be
He's
totally
already
all right.
said it's a gated thing, so we could just found ourselves gated in and just be like, well, here we are now. Set up shop again.
No, it's just them across
Hostiles already got,
a
like,
side
a
story in
storyline.
every campaign is just them crossing paths with the main
I
party.
was wondering where Ron had made it to.
You just quantum leap at the end of every campaign.
These galaxy hopping level 7 guys.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know how it
That's
keeps
hilarious.
happening,
Yeah.
They
but
just
here we
accidentally
are.
find teleportation circles at every job.
All right, I just cleaned off this room. Guys, I did it again.
You guys are never gonna believe this.
That's the 7th time this has happened.
I let the intrusive thoughts win there.
it's okay. That happens.
The crud scrubbers are like 300 years old because of all the time they spent.
You had to get that one stain out.
What's up, bitch?
I'm still finding stains everywhere, no matter how hard I clean.
Crevices you didn't even know we had.
Oh god.
You guys ran into some ooky, spooky, ghosty stuff. You got scratched by a cat, which was ironic.
Cat scratch fever.
I had immunity.
Scratched by a black cat.
I've got my
Bad luck.
vaccines.
Mortimer, you connected with this creature, at least for a moment. It seemed to keep the spirits at bay.
Word connecting with a ghost? I don't.
I don't.
Cat, right?
Yeah, it was the cat. I wasn't the ghost.
Oh.
I don't know that much about the cat. I tried to talk to it, but I cast tongues on it and used a spell slot just for it to not give me its name and then run away because it's a cat.
Well, like first there was
My name is
Appropriate, I
Cat.
guess.
My name is the Black
well, there was
Tongues. Hi, cat. What's your name? What did you like to know?
Damn it, it worked, but it didn't say anything. It just was sassy. It just sassed at me and left.
It just gave me a disapproving grunt and then left.
It was clearly speaking my language.
It
just chose not to.
we had that ghost in the courtyard.
Yes.
That
It
dealt
actually
charisma
said
damage.
meow.
It
The
said
ghost.
meow.
That's actually
Like,
a
it
good
didn't
thing to touch on
actually
before we
meow,
jump
it
back
just
into
said
is
meow,
the ghost,
and then turned
the work.
It was very
the help
creepy.
identified as Miss Lenore Marisels, the wife of Prospero. Well, the deceased wife of Prospero, who died in a shipping voyage. You guys noticed that her ghost did not look like warped and distorted. It did look like how you might expect a shipwreck victim to look in terms of like bruising and whatnot, but nothing.
That can't be her. She's dead.
But Prospero was brought to the haunting. She calmed down, and nobody within her circle was then dealt charisma damage. But she bemoaned to him, saying that there was a betrayal and a traitor within the family. I know.
Yeah,
Yes.
don't say.
The
She
butler
seemed
did
to
it.
be pulled away by ghosts. They got fucking rules and shit. They got pulled up and through the house, scaring all of the people in there in a lightly comedic fashion. We all needed that. And then you guys started the day not agreeing, you did that the night before, but you agreed to, with the morning, go before the rest of the guests arrived for this party. And check out the woods.
Into the woods.
Because you guys asked if there was anything that had been heard about. I can't remember exactly what they mentioned, but it was something that.
Well, we had the second ghost encounter with the cat. Sermia got pulled,
Oh yeah, she got knocked out. Right?
Yeah, she was like having a vision of some deep crevice,
Itachi.
like some sort
I got pulled into the ground.
Yeah.
Oh
like
yeah!
some
Oh
sort of-
yeah!
Because of some sort of ritual sacrifice
Yes.
thing.
And so they said there were rumors of shit out in the woods. like all these old rich folk parties do, and so you guys are like, well, let's go. That's where we are.
So that's when we alerted the rest of the guards, and they were like, they didn't believe it at first, but they were like, hey, we've dealt with this shit all the time. It's real. And they're like, okay, well in that case, let's go out into the woods early in the morning to investigate.
So you're here out in the woods to investigate with a bunch of red shirts. I mean guards. Could I have a survival from everybody?
26.
Nat 20.
17.
Welcome
Talani
back,
gets
Brent.
lost.
Welcome back, Ron. That's
18.
a 10.
A butterfly.
3
Talani
on the
gets
dice.
separated
Aren't
from
you
the
like
group.
a ranger-ish?
Yeah.
No.
Ish being the key
Yeah,
factor.
7.
Ram notoriously rolls horribly.
Yeah. I have
Except when attacking
I
the
have a
boss.
+7 to survival. I rolled a 3.
The only reason he
okay.
hits well is
He's
because
got
he
the
has
Will
8
Wheaton
attacks.
curse.
100.
Just mathematically, he's gonna probably hit sometime.
Not arguing that logic at all. See, I think I mentioned before, all of my dice are in timeout. They're terrible. I hate them all. I want to burn them in a fire.
Do you have any?
And I will not loan any to him.
You got
I
some
don't need that
rituals with
juju.
them.
Yeah, put them under the light of a full moon or something.
Right, like
I just curse at mine.
place it on the back of your toilet. You flush ice down it or whatever.
Oh yeah, like taking a snow day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I just get
you
my
gotta-
stuff.
It also conveniently works for putting good juju into your dice and snow days.
I love it. As you guys are having this conversation in the woods, you actually manage to, walking along the ledge, one of the parts of the ground that you're walking on falls out from underneath you. You guys manage to catch one of the guards, pull them back up. You continue to go on. There's a little bit of a rumble. You notice that it's like I mentioned, it's not a small island, so there's hills. There's tall, steep cliffs in here too. There's a landslide that comes through at one point. You guys pull everybody back and warn everyone, and you manage to get through the first as everybody rolled so buttfuck good, group wise.
Where's
Except for Ron, who rolled butt fuck bad.
Ron and Talani somehow have ended up on the other mountain.
Talani mistakes Ran for
Like the hell?
something that she did.
What? Are you doing? Oh my god!
It's like that trope in the in shows where they're trying to find each other and they keep ending up in the completely wrong spot.
You guys are on the wrong side of the river!
How did we get over here?
Wow, a mummy reference. Good job.
I have my moments.
Best thing coming out of '99, by the way. Fucking love that movie.
It's,
Brendan Fraser.
Besides me. That's a joke. It was not put in there.
Oh, little babe.
So, party. You guys make your way. It's lush. It's green. There's kind of smattering of a bunch of different trees, pine and deciduous. Sorry, coniferous and deciduous.
Really diverse forest here.
But eventually, you all come across what you notice looks like hewn stonework. You can see geometric shapes, kind of the forest. You're like, trees don't normally grow or vines don't grow like this. You can kind of see what was once probably a gate, even if it was just an outdoor, an archway, but the archway fell down long ago. And you can see nature has completely reclaimed, but as you guys are kind of stepping back, you're realizing that you may have arrived at these kind of old ruins where people are set to do stuff. And after that happens, your eyes kind of adjust to the greenery. You can see the stonework here and there, but it's kind of like a gutted out building of some sort. You could do, especially those of you with stonework, training, shall we say, aficionado, you could roll a insight or investigation to try and gather any information on the architecture itself.
Investigation. 6 for my
Actually trained it.
stone. Oh wait, no, it's stone sense, so I have a. I get to put the thing on that.
The big 10.
14.
17.
32.
11.
Shout out to the 4 on the dice.
Oh yeah, because it's stone.
Show off. Ooh, you got a 17? You got a 16? I got a 34.
21 specifically investigation.
I'm Sherlock Holmes up with this bitch.
So, John, being not completely trained in stonework, you're like, looks old. If you had to guess the structure itself, it's hard to tell with these places. The building that you guys are just at looks to be at least a few hundred years old. The Marisels, who knows how long they've been here. They've been a mercantile family for. There's no music playing. They've been a mercantile family for a while.
More starts beatboxing
But they haven't made like their fortune and fame, save for, gosh, maybe the last like 60, 70 years. But so it's hard to say historically if they would have really had access to this when it was whatever it was. I guess looking around, it looks like it could have been some kind of church. You see the rough layout of like a steeple, a sort of worship area, but again, it's busted down the road. But if you had to guess, maybe about 150 to 200 years old, maybe a little bit older. Braddock, Mr. Stonework Man, Mr. Stonework Lady.
Talani starts to investigate, and then she gets distracted by she pulls a red shirt away from, falling into some like decrepit hole or something.
Just breaking their neck.
Yeah.
Aaron Rock.
Oh, this is a really cool snake that has diamond.
No.
Yeah.
That is what my 11 goes to, recognizing that a diamond patterned on a snake is a bad.
I think this is a coral snake. It's either a coral snake or a rat snake.
No!
I can't remember the rhyme. Is it red touches yellow?
Braddock, you kind of see Cassidy parsing the general layout of this place, and then you get in. You feel like get
Different stones have different tastes.
yeah. No, it's true. It's true.
It's the mineral content.
That being said, this is old rockstone. You know it because again, he was saying how old it was. A lot of rocks in the general.
Is it old or old rocks?
Yeah, it's old rock. It's old rock. One's got a D.
How do you know what's old? My grandpappy put his signature.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
Grandpappy was here.
Yeah, before he even knew he was a grandpappy. Isn't that crazy?
He's looked the same for the past 350 years. He's the Paul Rudd of dwarves. He just
Anything kind of barely
It's
north
Grandpa
of
Rudd.
east to Baligar, in sort of this sort of
Thank you.
east
Let's see
down
what's
quadrant, would use old rock stone for import very commonly, especially from that time before a lot of the other kind of pockets of civilization in the Luber really jumped up. The old rock, being a dwarven settlement, has been there for a while. And so you recognize this rock, it probably came from there. And if they imported it from there, if it's as old as Cassidy is saying, there's a chance that it was actually done by like old rock masons too.
Mm-hmm.
Roll me a history check, Braddock.
I give you guidance.
and guidance. Is this is related to stonework still, right? Guidance 26.
Okay. As you're putting this together, they stopped doing this, but when he identified the kind of time frame you're thinking of, you remember Grandpappy talked about some of these old stonework things. When you look at the blueprints, they would have like a sub-level, especially if the dwarven masons made it. Storage, safekeeping, dry stuff. Where you guys, everything just looks overgrown. You can see a few stones like popping up. It's just grass, moss, clover. It's a old Midwest forest here.
When you say there's
monoculture
usually
here.
an undercroft,
So, yeah.
would I know the typical? Was it accessible by door? Was it accessible by hidden stone archway? You know, how did they? Was it a hidden undercroft?
Usually, it was hidden to everybody but whoever took care of the place. Sometimes it was a puzzle in the stonework to solve. Sometimes you needed like a key to enter it. Sometimes it was just magic. Sometimes you just had to lift really heavy. It was usually up by the pulpit, the worship area.
Yeah. I will go over to that and investigate that area to see if I can't find possibly if there is a hidden stone.
All right.
How to access it.
While these two are doing this, that, and the other thing, can I have everyone else roll me a perception check while you're...
I'll use my X-ray vision to try and see if I can find any hidden doorways.
16. Is it related to the stone at all?
20,
You're helping them, yes, but...
27.
Your dice.
21.
Your dice is being so mean to me. Look at that.
Oh,
It's
I'm sorry.
It's a 1.
I think it's just
It's rough, buddy.
Oh,
So, Raz, luckily for you,
Oh, there's not-
everybody else rolled really well. So this is going to be a group success.
Yay.
Um,
Ron still feels
But-
bad though.
as you guys
John
are
has a
looking
full
about,
run
you
away
can
from
see
a
some of the
snake.
guards are getting
Why
a
are there so
little,
many snakes?
getting a little fidgety. Like, alright, I don't like being out here. Yeah, it's kind of giving me the chills. But then, all the rest of you, pardon. Here, just kind of in between them talking, gosh, maybe a half mile out, a very loud snap of like some big stick. You hear the murmuring of voices. You guys can distinguish that there's at least 2, maybe 3 or 4 people in whatever group is walking. But they have not spotted you yet, and they just seem to be walking in your general direction. You can't even see them yet. You can just sort of hear them out in the woods. Investigation from you guys.
Ron the fuck somehow doesn't hear shit.
Again, Jelani has just like picked up Ron from stepping on a snake. And then she hears
36.
Ron still suspended in the air.
26.
Okay. So, Braddock, you go up there and you kind of like surmise, alright, somewhere in this area, you guys kind of do a quick perimeter.
like his mom.
And then, as soon as you come up, saying where it is, you just see Cassidy's like thing down, he presses the side, and they and Cassidy, you right away find a tunnel that seems to scare away down, turn, and then descend beyond where you can see. You do, however, note that beyond the grass there does seem to be some sort of puzzle key. But it might take some time to clear off or get it clean. And it is at that time that you guys kind of see this, that you all hear these people coming. So what do you guys do first before those guys go?
I alert the guards. I hear some people coming in a group.
Thank you for letting me know this.
Everybody on guard.
Perhaps 3 to 4. I don't know if they're friendly. Should we just approach?
They're
Or
in the woods. I should probably.
should what?
Okay,
100%
I
sure
mean,
to
we don't
murder
use
every
it.
time. Every time.
You're too trusting, Braddock.
I'm a cop, for God's sake. You jumped the gun too much.
How many bad situations have we gotten into because you jumped the gun?
I'm gonna say safely
Yeah,
zero.
last time I kind of went in guns
At
guns
least
blazing,
3.
At
they
least
tried to
0.
kidnap Cassidy, so...
Everybody hide behind some trees.
You can roll stealth.
I activate the wand of Pass Without Trace so that everyone gets a +10 to their stealth checks.
Yeah.
18?
And
Oh, sorry, no. it-
I put on,
I'm
and then I
sorry,
activate my
right here.
invisibility cloak.
So +10, that was
Thank
23 for me then. Basically.
All right, the guards all rolled really well
I'm
too.
rolling hot news and that.
I got a 16 plus.
Remember, add +10
Yeah,
to the
I got
pass
a
without
16.
trace.
I got a 16 with pass without trace.
I got a 19 with Pass Without Trace.
Rolled a
I got
4 on the
I got a
die.
23, but that was thanks to the +19 I got to the roll.
27.
Is there more?
28.
All right, it's look. Hey, just because Wolverine can take a hit doesn't mean he has to do it gracefully. He's just, yeah, it doesn't have to look pretty as long as it works. I got to imagine it's like a Looney Tunes level of like you and Mare just like hiding like behind a tree that's not wide enough for the two of you, but somehow your silhouette.
The irony here is that I do have a feat that lets me basically become, like a class thing that lets me basically become invisible if I have enough time, but because I don't have enough time, I'm like, pay no attention to the furry branches.
Can't you
And
just
all of you
shapeshift into
guys.
a regular woodland creature.
Probably.
Yeah, just go.
You can just turn into a fox, right? Like,
I could. This is true.
He is a fox. You could just get on all fours.
with my bow still on my back.
You can imagine
Hands on that fox!
You just get on all fours in your anthropomorphized form.
Every single time I've played a Minotaur, I have had to act as a cow.
It was golden.
In the
It was a golden moment. It was perfect. I found that in my sketchbooks the other day. I gotta find it. Hurry, we can.
No one talk about this.
If anyone says shit about this.
Just a cow in the Feywild. Yep. Whole herd of them. All right. That was fun. As you guys kind of perch and collectively watch all of this unfold, you see a group of 5 individuals. Robed, but it's very nice, but everybody here has a nice cloak and robe. You know, even the guards have kind of nice cloaks and robes. But this is like, these look like they'd be more guests. I mean, you can hear some people talking. As they walk through, can I get a perception from everybody?
Roll to eavesdrop.
Pretty much.
Not 20.
Of course, for Serbia eavesdropping, she's like, I can read lips perfectly.
34.
especially rich people.
I come out of hiding.
Steal from the rich and steal from the rich and kill everything else.
If their accrued net worth is over a certain level, Serbia gets like a +20 to perception.
26.
10 or 11, 40. That's a 19 for me.
15.
Nice.
We're all
18.
pretty good at eavesdropping.
Oh, wait, sorry,
Yeah.
17 for me.
All of us is.
Yeah, you guys, your nosy Joe espionage skills are on point tonight. But to be fair, it's also a quiet forest, which is why you could kind of hear approximately the voices, but you couldn't really make out what they were saying until you got closer. The leaves were suppressing a lot. There's a lot of the wildlife around here. I will note, as this is happening, you guys are watching them, and you can see, like, off in the distance, you've kind of heard some loud crunching and crashing, but this is the first time you see, before they kind of close that gap to where you are. Yeah. What look like, you would call them thunder lizards in this world, with dinosaurs. Stegosaurus to us. A pack, yeah. But just like a family pack of like 4 or 5 of them just walking maybe a few hundred yards off, eating some plant life, wildlife out there.
I'm sorry, how am I just learning there are dinosaurs in this world?
Oh man, I thought I
Because that's
covered
cool
that.
as shit.
Thanks. Yeah, I was like, well, where do the dinosaurs live? I'm like, it's your fantasy world, dude. They can live wherever they fucking want. I'm like, there's dinosaurs everywhere.
Was it the
That's
tunnel
amazing.
snakes?
Let's see.
Tunnel Snakes, so in the previous Tunnel Snakes, but this was before you joined up for the end, Turek was part of dinosaur liberation movement, and he broke them out of the camp,
Oh, sorry.
and they came to live on the island with the group.
That's amazing.
I think I did.
So are dinosaurs like intelligent creatures then? Or
And people, they're like mounts. They're like beasts of burden for people in the world. There's saurian flavored lizard or reptile, like beast folk. If you wanted to be like,
I thought we bought them as mounts at one point because I
You might have bought
specifically
them.
remember Haku getting one horn, the
Yeah, you got one horn, the
Triceratops, just to be like,
Triceratops, and
this is
that
the only
is-
thing that can fit me.
yeah, I think everybody got a dinosaur.
I did not. So I don't think I did.
okay, I want a dinosaur for a doll.
Pretty sure I joined the campaign after that.
But
We retired him. We actually retired him out pretty quick
Yeah.
because we're like, we need something to
Just
guard
leave
the
it on the
island,
base.
and my mount was just like, I have found my mission.
I do not want to die.
All right.
Yeah.
Go to
Yeah, you can find them. We just got to figure out where. In Osnabrück, they were probably not as common. I will say Pleistocene era creatures, which are like the giant mammals, are also available in this world. So like that was probably more what you had because it's a little chillier there. Maybe some of the more.
Mammoths were beast of
To be
burden.
fair, a lot of dinosaurs they're thinking were warm-blooded, so they wouldn't be able to deal with the cold regardless. But not a ton of them. The warmer you get, the more you kind of encounter. But yeah, mammoths, Smilodon were probably in the mountains of Osnabrück.
Cool.
Glyptodons, the giant like armadillos with the club tails.
Yeah.
Anyway, I could.
I want one
So,
of those.
speaking of mammoths, this is a totally random aside, but the street that I grew up on, one of our neighbors about across the street and about 4 doors down wanted to build a pool, and that got put on hold because they found a woolly mammoth skeleton
Hell
in
yeah.
the ground.
That's
Oh, yeah.
so cool.
It was
Nice.
awesome.
Oh my god.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I take it out. So.
Do they get to sell it?
No, I'm pretty sure,
They donated it to like a museum or something.
something like that. They I don't think they profited. from
Woolly
it.
mammoths
I was-
belong in a museum.
Who's
Germany-
taking care of them? Top men. Who? Top men.
My first host family wanted to have. They lived on the edge of town, on the edge of this like little village, and they wanted to have like a big like plot for gardening, but they found that whenever they dug, they kept hitting like ruins. And the name of their street was translates to Old Roman Street.
Oh.
So they're like, well, shit, we can't dig because we just keep finding artifacts and stuff, and then
We
the
dig
snake
and we
needs to
find
come
fucking history.
we find shit, and then it becomes a whole thing.
Yeah, but you know, this was in Germany.
Yeah.
At least that's the history that they found when they dug.
At least
Dig it up.
yeah, this was in Holland, so there wasn't.
Waka waka!
Yeah.
They run into the problem with Italy too. They wanted to put in a subway system, high-speed rail, and every time, especially around Rome, they dig. It's just like, fuck!
Damn it.
Get!
There's like places you can go there where like they just have like glass floors in the thing in the like walkway or whatever because it's like there's like
There's
an
a-
ancient thing right there.
There's a parking garage, and this is not the only parking garage, but in Como, Lake Como, there's just like the base level. It doesn't allow parking because it's just this big like glass floor showing off like the ancient ruins.
Hey, that's my grandpa.
Damn, how old is your family if your grandpa?
We have been
They're Northern Italian. They live forever.
That's true.
We have pickled ourselves in olive oils.
We preserve ourselves in the oil to moisturize us.
it reminds you of that interview with that super old lady who was like, I drink a Dr. Pepper every day, and my doctor said like I shouldn't do that because I'm gonna die, and I outlived him.
Hell yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Check and bait.
Lack of stress is way better than being right.
My grandma's been told by a few doctors, like, you probably shouldn't have the amount of coffee you're doing. She's going to be 98 this year. And she's like,
Eat me.
What's gonna happen?
or that guy who got the Guinness World Record for eating the most amount of Big Macs in his lifetime, and he's like in perfectly fine health.
No, it's all the preservatives.
Yeah, that's true.
The preservatives make you live longer. That's how they work.
Yeah, exactly.
My mom's a geriatrician, and she's like, listen, if someone's over 95, I do not tell them what to do. I just, whatever.
What are you gonna do? What are you
Whatever
gonna
they're
do?
doing.
Whatever they're doing is fine.
You just congratulate
honestly, if
them.
you change something at this point, you'll probably
Yeah.
die.
Yeah, just from the shock. So just, I don't know, keep partying, man. I don't care.
I love the, like, I saw one
You
with
need
an,
meds?
old, with an old lady who was like, I have about 3 shots of Hennessy a day. Keeps me young.
All right, girl.
So,
Throw
you
me
guys are in the
for
woods.
ya.
Yay!
We fail our stealth check because we were talking about it.
How to live
Now
longer,
fucking dinosaurs.
Across the trees to each other. But
Ron's like, hey guys, I found a woolly mammoth.
and the people even stop, and like one of them grabs their hand of the other, and it's like, oh, please show some decorum. Because I'm sorry, I forget that they're on here. I'm used to be out here in these disgusting woods. And they creep through the ruins, and who rolled a 16? Talani,
Wait, no, 17.
Your tail like swishes a leaf, and one of them turns around, and you like. Everybody like kind of stops. The guards are like everyone. You guys can all kind of like see each other, but none of them are aware that you're there.
Yeah.
You can all see like half of everyone in the group. Everyone's making eye contact with one another. You can see. Yep.
Talani's holding
Except
her
Cassidy,
tail.
because he's
I rolled
invisible.
16.
What was
that?
also
I rolled a
perception
17.
check
Okay.
with dinosaurs.
Ron all of a
I
sudden
never
is
saw
like,
The result of your perception check was to
when you
hear
My tail brushed against Mort's
what they can
bones.
say.
Just rattled.
As
when your tail swished, it kicked up some dirt, and Ron's going,
Mari shoves his claws up. So, with your perception check, you guys lean in.
Free Lavar.
As they get to the pulpit, the altar, and you guys see they don't clean anything off the stones. But one of them reaches out their hand, recites an incantation, and you see all of the greenery. There's this runes that light up underneath, the green, and the greenery all withers away, and the stones like fold in on themselves to reveal a walkway. What languages do you speak, sir?
Is this the same, a different walkway than the one that Braddock and I
It's the
just
same walkway.
Abyssal, celestial, common,
We pulled a Kennedy
Okay.
sister on this guy.
This would be.
and Elvish.
Does anyone here speak Infernal?
Yep. I got a lot of languages.
It's basically I command you to open an Infernal, and then the figure that casts the spell turns into slightly red robe. There's like a red, a blue, a purple, a yellow. They're not bright; they're all very saturated dark colors. But when the sun hits them, they have that kind of hue to it. The red one who casts the spell turns and goes, "Please, quickly before the festivities begin." And they all.
So was
do I
were
see
these-
this
Yes.
as well?
Yep.
Can I do something before they start charging along? Mort's going to cast a spell. Power word kitten.
Mass power word kidding.
Ass hardwood kid.
Everyone has no booty.
The
You no
greatest
longer
curse of all.
sit; you just slide down.
it's been really under the
Was
radar.
that
but-
That was my grandma's
It
problem.
was that day the thickness died.
This says to spray on flat surfaces.
It's actually gone really under the radar, but Mort has built up a tremendous kill streak and has actually just gotten the tactical nuke.
20-foot ring. Are they all within a 20-foot ring?
Yes.
So me and
Do
Cass
any of them have a 20-foot vertical leap?
No.
Great. I cast Gloom Rot Barrier, which is, I've cast it a couple times. It's like Wall of Fire, but if they walk through it, they get feared. So I'm just going to trap them right in there before they start going down
Ooh.
the path. And they see giant purple shadowy death flames. Or
Um,
maybe they're blue. Who knows?
question: these people are these people anyone that we have seen at the mansion before? Anybody we've
Aren't they
run
wearing hooded
into?
What's
cloaks?
it called? Yes.
In my head, they were all wearing the like masquerade mask.
Oh, yeah.
Do we
Like white porcelain ones.
do we
Extra creepy.
recognize any of the voices?
There seems to be
Just your old mama.
Alright. There seems to be some sort of thaumaturgy spell
Terry,
overlaying
yeah.
their voice to where it sounds like those,
Oh, okay.
you know, the
yeah.
voice scramblers.
Yeah.
It has that kind of, whatever the shroud is over their face seems to be. You've
Okay.
done simple shit like this for people. They're like, hey, here's 40 gold. Can you do this for me? You're like, give me 2 days.
I also legally have to ask if you were planning on using this for
Yeah, right. Actually, you know what? I don't want to know. Cassidy would ask.
The permit, you're left.
Yeah, right. Oh man, old Cassidy's voice. Oh, thank God we got rid of that guy.
Oh, sorry.
Keep the women away from me.
I like to imagine that is Talani's impersonation. Cassidy. Like,
Talani's impersonation
yeah.
is just me doing the Jordan Peterson voice.
I just imagine that
God.
Talani can barely exit her accent.
It's the only time I can do it.
What a fine feminine.
the whole time Cassidy's got no idea that it's him she's doing it. Oh man, I hate to be that guy.
It's me, Jordan Cassidy.
At least Talani's practicing her voices. Good
Yeah.
for her.
Good for her. I'm proud of her.
It's a dead
So-
ringer, I know. I'm really good at this.
Or like you're convinced it's like Julian or somebody. You're like,
What a
That's a
what
spot
a
on
fucking
Brad.
nerd.
yeah, that's a spot. Yes.
Oh shit.
Oh man,
Alright, what's going on with these two
I'm
broods?
so sorry. That's
They're traps.
hilarious. As you cast that, they
Lord, license to kill.
all like lurch back. More you cast that. Some of them are going, oh my goodness, and you can see the one in the red cloak goes quickly, and he puts his hands up and uses a dispel magic to drop it
Wait, how close together are they?
20 feet.
Can I do something? How far away?
They're 20 feet apart from each other?
They're within. They're kind of like within a 15-foot square. They're at the steeple.
How far away are we from them?
You're like 30 feet away from them.
Oh, cool. Wonderful. I would like to, if you'll allow it,
Oh shit.
I'm gonna touch one of the gems on my necklace
Okay.
and cast Mage Hand
Oh, okay.
and use that Mage Hand to gently throw it up and then pull off one of the hoods. Yeah.
All right.
And that I have something to add to this dramatic thing. I'm going to use one of my augmentations. I'm going to enchant like one of the stones like that's above, and I'm just gonna have it like do like a written message that just says "Turn back."
Ooh, spooky.
The one in the green robe, the slightly smaller frame with the more feminine while still distorted voice, kind of like sees the image, and they go quickly. They start to run down, and right as the last one runs down, the mage hand gets over to it and manages to pull it just as they slip down, and you see a bright flash of I'm so sorry. A bright flash of cough. You see a bright flash of like very curly brown hair.
A curly girl? No.
So do they
Betrayal.
escape out of Morris?
They
They
cast
dispel
the
them.
spell magic on it.
Oh,
Can one... I guess the one that we got the hood down, was that the red or was that somebody else?
That was somebody else. That was that was the purple
Can I cast the cantrip?
Sure.
Shackle. From Deep Magic.
What's the
It's a
spell
saber save.
They roll a strength save, and if they fail, they cannot move within 5 feet of where they are currently until their next turn.
Who have we seen before with curly brown hair? At the
You'll have to run a history because you guys saw a lot of yes last night.
DC 22.
So,
Ooh, 19, baby.
30.
It's probably better. A little bit better. A little bit better than 19.
Somebody doesn't try to remember people.
It's beneath you.
She cares more about their stuff.
so she's already like down to the stairway. So when you shackle her, you see her head go down and hear like a fall. As soon as the hood is pulled back, the distortion goes away. So you hear like a clearly feminine voice, like a like an alarming, and then a thud, and you hear you oaf, and then similar incantation, and you can see the stones lock. And roll me an perception real quick as that happens, because it's all happening. Bam, 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 bam.
20.
15.
Perception. 17.
Oh.
21.
18.
Aww.
That's
I
a
believe
later,
you're
that's a later problem. It is the metal one, so be careful.
But you guys do notice that the lights are not, they don't light up the green that they did when they unlocked the door. They seem to glow a bright, almost hot red as they flash and lock.
Can I cast the spell magic on it?
You can certainly try, but we're going to take a quick break right there because my son is about to do the handoff.
Fair enough.
And it's just like, okay, all of her crimes have been balanced out by service to the state.
Yeah,
We literally
cuts down trees.
Not
for
just
fun.
the state,
That's
the
not
entire
good.
world.
That's bad.
It wouldn't be a problem if she were a lumberjack. Are you saying that lumberjacks are evil?
Lumberjack is just my hobby.
Some of them, like,
It's her passion.
Some of them are really happy about chopping those trees
And
down.
if I cut down a lot of
rogue
trees, I run
lumberjack
into
who
tons
was
of things
just
that I
cutting
can
down
kill.
trees without guidance. Yes, that.
Well, hey, when this adventuring is done, just become a butcher because at least you'll have something to trade every day.
I don't eat meat.
Yeah.
I just like
You
killing
can,
things.
yes, you can still. You don't have to eat meat in order to
You
be
could
a butcher.
be like a
respect
harvester
bodily
with one of those
autonomy.
big, like,
Thank you very
pieces.
much.
Oh,
I do have the freedom to be murdered by
yeah.
I think that's what happens if we have to go into witness protection. Sonia ends up at a lumberjack camp. Just like,
Sickles,
still feels right.
Sonia will just run away,
It's not
probably.
enough.
Actually, I know how this would happen if we ever got into a scenario where there had to be witness protection. I believe the conversation would just be like, who are they and where did they live? Great. Chop! I no longer need witness protection.
Serbia decreasing the world's oxygen rate by 1% every single day. Just chop the trees, chop the trees.
I'm also helping with population control.
Operation Crowd Control.
Overall, it's good for the environment.
It's really not.
Parker!
Yeah,
Operation Order
I
66.
think you just have done a lot more harm than good, but that's alright, because you have done plenty of good.
Again, it's a
chaotic.
balance.
I think like the good that you bring outweighs the sheer amount of petty crime.
Yeah, good is a
It's
balance.
like a it's a numbers game.
Murder is not a petty crime.
I only kill bad people.
Here's the
Depends
thing,
on-
though.
If you're petty about it, then yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I only kill bad and petty people.
Yeah, there's a justifiable homicide.
This is true.
Mike would know because my dad was tried for it 5 times. 5 counts of justifiable homicide.
Mike, you can't just say things like that right before we're about to start playing.
Without following it up with, can I have some of those Skittles? Say what?
Yeah, the rest I'm good.
Oh man, don't tell my pancreas that.
Hey, Parker.
Gotta
It's been a
keep
while
going.
since you've been here.
Here's more.
Harvest out here?
So,
It is not being recorded on stream.
What is it?
what we're streaming? What are you talking about?
The goodest boy has made his way down.
Alright. Where the fuck did my book go?
He's right.
Parker, you better come over and say hi to me. You don't have you. You can
Letting move
stay
the
over
other
with
Dungeons and
John,
Dragons.
but you gotta come over and say hi to me.
Can you tell
My dad
Saoirse
kind of
helped
had
me,
it.
Dungeon Master, with Dylan? That's just like what she did while we were describing things.
3 guys try to break in
She's
to
like,
the neighbor's house
could you
while my dad was.
teach me and my friends how to play Dungeons and Dragons?
One of them was stealing the stuff. Another one was raping the wife.
Who wants
Another was choking out the kid. And my dad, 3 shots, bam, bam, bam.
Now that this has happened, I need everyone to roll me initiative.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Oh, I have advantage on that.
What we roll?
Ooh,
Initiative.
yeah.
So you got
Yeah.
a 16.
Okay.
18, baby.
23.
For
Ron
me,
finally rolled decent.
21.
Parker, you got the dog cauliflower.
Yeah.
I mean, decent, but it's initiative, which is a pretty ambivalent
Hi, goodness
role
boy.
by nature.
14.
I hope that looked really awkward on the
I'm not
camera
the
that I
last
just
or
looked like
second to
this
last.
and said, hey, goodness boy.
I'm calling out my
Well,
code
you're
because
on the
he has
side
advantage
of the
on
screen,
initiative,
so
and it
it's
has
hard
not
to
made a
tell.
bit of difference. I still go in the middle or
I promise I was talking to a dog.
Likely story.
I think Briggs wants to see you now.
Come here, goodness boy. Come here.
I got some. I gave you some affection. Come back.
Hi. You're never allowed to leave ever.
We're gonna share the Parker.
I'm gonna keep you forever and ever and ever.
Apparently, this is an incredibly filthy book.
Really?
Yeah,
What?
which is you'd never guess it because the design for it is like teen.
Yeah,
It's like teeny boppy.
teen romance.
Yeah,
Interesting.
there's a lot of gratuitous fucking.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Jeremy, on
Ice
that,
breakers, okay, let me
what
fill
was
this thing.
that
You put a
K-pop
stick in
movie
my
on
mouth and
Netflix
shut
you were
the
talking
fuck.
about?
K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yeah, I think I'm
Iced
gonna
in
watch
my
that
mouth.
tonight.
You should do. It's so good. I watched it for the first time on
Oh, I think I found the spot.
Saturday, and I've seen it twice, and I might watch it again tonight with another friend.
It's
so like
that good?
that
Wow.
means I am 3 for 3 days in a row of watching.
Okay.
like.
Now I'm
Like,
looking forward to
I
it.
don't know if it's quite as good as Spider-Verse in my mind. It's still really dang good. They're good for different reasons. They're doing different things.
The same animators who made
that's
Into
that
the
same
Spider-Verse
Same author,
and
It's Sony
Mitchell,
Pictures.
Sony.
Mitchell
Oh,
versus
she
the
must be-
Machines.
The same guys who made, that's right, the Emoji
Pump
Movie.
out some smooth.
That's right.
Nah. Yeah.
Yes.
You heard him. That's right. I know.
That's
Calm
right.
down, John.
Sparks is
Yeah.
classy.
So,
How they got
We're
Patrick
here.
Stewart to be a part of that movie, I'll never
we're
know.
in initiative.
What?
Hannah Grace is
We're in this-
very not classy.
yeah,
fucking.
not
Who else
classy
is it?
fucking.
I got him to
People
literally
others.
voice the poop emoji.
Good. Good.
Who voiced the Pope emoji?
Patrick Stewart.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
Good
that's
for him.
wonderful. I love
I didn't
Patrick
know I had a
Stewart.
voice.
He peaked there. Really, that's all his life was kind of building to, was voicing the poop emoji.
I really
No one
don't
will
know
remember
what else
him
he's
from-
known for.
No one will remember
It's
him.
his highlight of fame.
Pretty much. Other than that, he's been in, like, I guess, like, some little things.
Yeah. I've heard he's okay.
Yeah.
Dave Reddick.
He's
Rollies.
Rollies. Who got a nat 20? Do you want out? Is that what you're
on
trying
the
to do?
dice.
There you
It's
go.
a high of
He was
9.
like, I can
Okay,
get out.
With all my bonuses, 14.
All right. That's what they got on the dice. They got some bonuses too. Okay.
I was like, that's what they got total. I was like, okay, so I can roll these again.
Yeah, we've seen it happen.
I remember
seen it
we
happen.
rolled these before, like, what was it, like 5 times straight? It
Yes.
was like, what the shit?
It just kept going. All right. Wow. All right. So, question: can you dispel a cantrip? Yes.
I
Yeah.
think,
Oh,
yeah.
Or
Yeah,
it just
why not?
costs the spell slot.
Yeah,
to
it just
dispel
costs
magic.
the spell slot.
It wouldn't
so
be
that-
a dispel, I don't think. It would be a counter spell if they're in the middle of casting it.
But also, would they spend an action to dispel?
Or is Shackle a...
Shackle lasts until the end of his turn.
Well, is that a cantrip? Is
It's a
that what
cantrip,
we're asking?
yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. In that
Yeah.
case, then, yeah, it's a dispel. Sorry.
Before we get started, we were we rolled a history check to try and see if we recognized.
Ah, yes, you did. You did that sneakity.
Who did
That's a
I got like an 18 and you got a 30 or
So
something.
we're gonna
Yes.
get 20.
That's huge value out of a shackle if someone wastes dispel magic on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's 6 seconds. And
They
then it's
also
done.
dispelled another spell of mine, too, so, like, I don't know.
This little spell of mine.
But what level is that?
Yeah, third level.
All right.
It's giving 3rd level.
How far can your
60 feet, I believe.
All right.
And you would have told us the general span. You know? Okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't it get stopped by, like, an amount of stone, though, which is literally what we're encountering?
He described it, so at this point,
Yeah.
it does. But I don't. If it's especially if it's just a small thing, it might have still been enough because it depends on if it's stone or metal. too.
Yeah, you saw it descend like this, go over, and then go like zigzag.
1 foot of stone.
1 foot of stone.
I can see through 1 foot of stone.
I would even argue that. Yeah.
You got an 18,
For the history check, yes.
and you got a big
30.
fucking number.
I got
30.
16.
And you got a 16. So you two would know actual names. You would be able to recall, like, there was this lady,
Oh, on
and there was that
history? I
lady,
got, like,
and there were this many people with brown hair, there were this many people. It's like you close your eyes and, like, the picture comes up and, like, they light up in your head.
Full on Sherlock Holmes,
Yeah.
White Palace.
She told everybody she uses the natural shampoo, but she actually used the Bitch.
That's what they all say. It is who was. You
I don't see how
guys
this is relevant, Cassidy, but thank you.
know that, again, lighting's different. Lighting was different in the house. there could have been a lot of people that fit this, but if you had to guess, there were maybe, again, there were a few hundred guests, but just off the top of your head that stick out, you can think about maybe like 20 or 30 that were brunette with curly hair. It's not an uncommon trait here, but that tone, you're like, okay, I don't think it was too light, I don't think it was too dark, it's kind of like that mousy brown.
She did let out a yelp when the distortion was gone. So is there anything else I can decipher based on her voice? Since
Not
it's
from what you can currently remember, but you now have a reference.
Okay.
You guys
probably
know
right here.
of a few individuals who might fit this that are probably here at the party. Again, you didn't get to meet everybody. This is a huge mansion with multiple guest houses. People party here, and so you still haven't seen all. You just ran into Malwa last session. We forgot to mention that with Theragene, and there might be some connection to the Frog Prince over in Ilbrook. We don't have to worry about that right now, maybe. But there's a few people that kind of run the aristocratic circles, and again, you've seen there's a niece of one of the noble houses. You just kind of have to be mildly associated with these folks, and sometimes it could even be more common people because the Marisels have more common roots. But that the two of you were like, yeah, this might fit some folks. There's Regine LaPierre, young lady from like the far reaches of the Ilbrook district, not like by Ursul's place.
Okay.
Kind of. It's in the region. Like, she's the noble house. She's from the region that the noble house watches over. It's like saying that the people in Old Rock are under the Alvarians' watch. It's like, yeah, because they're the noble house that's kind of responsible for all of us. But, you know, they're not in our fucking backyard like they were for you guys. And that's what a lot of these people stand out to you as. There's another, Juanita Bichard. The Bish.
Juanita Bichard.
Oh. Bichard.
Bet middle school was rough for her.
Bitch, it was hard. I think she's grown into it. She's owned it. She's like, you're dang right.
Damn right it was.
There's another Marinette.
She's extremely
Fournier.
serious and hardworking and badass bitch now. Because
I'm
of all
super
the trauma
real.
from her childhood.
Compensating. Marionette what?
Marinette Fournier.
Fournier.
And Odalie Benoit. Now again, could be them, could be not. Let me see.
Those are all supremely French names, and I will forget them immediately.
The Louvre is mostly French.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Juanita is from just south of Ilbrook, the Sunset Isles.
Isn't that where Sermia's from?
Yeah, you've met them. Your dad's friends with them. They're just kind of like really boisterous, big party people who run like a beachside.
So just south of Ilbrook, would that be right here then?
No, Sermia is the whole southern region. Yep,
Oh.
that chain of islands. That's all her stuff. So there's a whole like chain block of like really sunny, beachy, resorty. There's some old money. Juanita's supposedly from that with the Bichards. Marinette is from the Bailigar region, but you guys actually, while she says that she's from Crest Hill, which is just like a small kind of private island outside the Old Rock, she's actually from the Old Rock.
I feel like she's like, yeah, I'm from this region, and I'm like, we went to high school together.
Well, she probably wouldn't recognize you because you are much taller now than you
How long do
were.
dwarves go to high school?
That's a
30
good
years.
question.
I got to
Also
imagine that
40.
for them, there's just sort of like a general education once they hit like that kid-dom. And then once you hit like teenagehood, you basically hit like a 5 to 10 year apprenticeship with something that you want to do, which for you is
Once
going
you
to
become a
pass.
teen, they send you to the mines.
If that's what you want,
The children-
sometimes they yearn for
The
it.
children yearn for the mines.
It builds character.
I wanted to build ships. I was not looked at
I-
favorably.
I instead built character in the mines like everybody else.
There's a
My
part-
sister wanted to be a scientist, so she learned the geography of rocks down in the mines.
Wow, building character.
I used to work in the mine. I used to work in the mines like you, but then I took a pickaxe to the knee.
And now I work in the mines. I feel like how some countries have mandatory military service. With the dwarfs, you have to work in the mines for 3 years.
Mandatory mining.
80% of the
Mandatory.
workforce is miners.
It's like-
you
it's
have to
either-
learn to love it.
1 year of strict military training or 3 years working in the mines to get that requirement.
There's a park near where my sister lives. It's actually like a place you have to like pay to go to, and it's on the edge of this like former quarry. And you like kids go in there and they are greeted with like wheelbarrows and little like kitty pickaxes and shovels and stuff. And it's just a play park where children mine for fun. And her kids fucking love it. They beg to go there. They have to like pay to
Don't
go
do
there,
it,
so
kids.
they
That's
like
all they
you know
get, yeah.
can't do it all the time.
I'm gonna
But they
blow your mind.
The children.
fucking love it. They yearn for the mines.
The
They
chil-
love just like breaking up those rocks like in a chain
Do you
game.
guys know what the best-selling game of literally all time is?
Minecraft.
Minecraft.
They yearn
A
for
game
the
about mines.
I mean, it's a lot
Aimed
more
at
than
children.
just mines. It's a lot more than just mines. It's like a cozy building game, and you can also adventure.
When I think about Minecraft, I think about the mines.
I don't.
So anyway,
Building shit.
the last one that you guys remember is Odalie Benoit. She's from the Bronze Feather area, which
Sorry,
is
y'all.
northwest.
I got nothing.
way northwest.
I remember
Oh.
Odie. We didn't hang out. We were in
I do
different
very
circles,
few things
but-
well. Remembering is not one of them.
So
Tweening.
I need, it's a high DC, but you guys can try and roll a perception. You can hear some voices kind of coming through the stone rock.
Gift of luck!
19.
What's the check?
Perception.
Oh, look at that!
What
Another
bonuses
14.
do I have?
Oh, this
I
one's
wanna-
been so
I want to
lovely
hear
to me.
this.
Bastard 20.
21.
11.
So far, nobody's got it.
I'm listening.
27.
Mort shackled somebody. I'm not quite at 27, but I can get there. What's the bardic? A D10 now?
Yeah, almost a D12, but not quite.
Plus 3.
I'm so scared for when I finally get to take the leash off Kenna and let her hit something after all this RP for like the last 5 sessions.
25.
Here's just like, I smite level 5. You can have level 5. I do
My
fucking
next
out.
characters will be more diplomatic.
Define more diplomatic.
Listen,
Do you not
we
want
only
to
go
fight?
up-
No. Great.
I'm just picturing
No, you're good.
their version of diplomacy would be like a two-face style. Like, I'm gonna flip a coin. If it goes your way, you're good. If not, you're fucked.
Well, actually, if we're gonna do the crud scrubbers, then I can't promise Ravi will be diplomatic. But the other two
That's what the side characters are for. You have to kind of stretch those legs a little
The
bit.
literal
Do I
definition of
have your
shotgun
permission
diplomacy.
to place my sword on your person? No, your compliance isn't a factor.
Ravi is more of like a Surmia without intelligence.
Oh, perfect. That's exactly what we need. All right. So, Braddock, as you start to rush forward, you got Ron, you got
She's got like a
Talani, but
6.
Braddock, you and someone else got a 21.
I got a 20.
I got a 21.
I
Okay.
got a 25.
I thought you got a dirty 20.
Oh, dirty 20. I got a dirty 20. Ryan got a 21.
Okay. So you still hear voices casting. You can hear those of you who are, as you guys are rushing, you can hear like like a help, help, and you can hear a deeper voice like, "Stupid girl, focus." And
Oh, so it is a girl.
Are those voices still distorted?
It is still one of those 4 people.
and it's through the stone. It's hard to like but you can hear like different tonalities.
Mm-hmm.
Can we see the shackled person?
No, the door, it closed back up and sealed back with the... They're basically shackled like 5 feet down the stairs. Mort snagged them like right as they were about out of sight. And I rolled absolutely poo-poo on my save.
It's dark right now, correct?
It's early morning, so it's like violet. It's like purple light.
So
Low light.
So Stalker's step. Well, I guess it says dim light, darkness, or lightly
There you go.
obscured. So I'm going to use Stalker's step to. I'll use a bonus action to magically become invisible. So that way I can kind of try and head that direction a little bit more.
I think they're like underground right now.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
We're also
they,
in initiative.
They like pulled a rune.
You can save your thing.
Okay.
Mort, you feel the shackle arcane thing, like.
It lasts 6 seconds. Like.
You get that this is more of like the sense of necessity. Are your X-ray goggles still on, or did you just shook them off?
No, my X-ray goggles are still on, and I'm currently invisible with my invisibility.
That's hilarious. So you guys are all just like skeletons to him as he's like looking around.
It looks exactly the same.
Everyone's kind of like.
But Cassidy, you see as you're kind of like watching this, you, like this is all like right on the
You
edge.
need to get that hip checked out.
I have liquid bones, okay? Don't judge me.
That's true. You can see like just on the edge of your scope of this, the figure down. Deep shadow obscured. Again, it's X-ray as well, but the cloak pulled back over. You notice the cloaks. It almost looks like they're like white noise scrambled out where the cloaks are. Like if you were to color them all in. There's no value, no folds, but when you put your X-ray goggles on, it just looks like white noise in the shape of the cloak.
So the cloak is actually distorting the vision?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you can still like see that's obviously a person in a cloak, but I can't see like a shadow or a fold in the cloak. It's just like flat.
It's like Vanta Black cloak.
Yes, a Vanta Black cloak, but it's white noise. Visually to you, it's just like the snow. And you see the one right in front of them totally blacked out. You can just see the back of this curly-headed hair pulled up tight into a tight bun. This totally, like, Vanta snowed person grabs their hand, the person's hand on the ground, twists a ring, and the person into gas, and they go off.
Ooh. We got some Death Eater shit going on right now.
Brady, it's your turn.
Okay, so Cassidy, you said they're like down the stairs, and that's about like in this area.
Yeah, and their rings allow them to turn into mist and escape. So.
Cool. Who wants to go with?
I'll come.
I'll go.
Oh, sure. He says first. I'll grab Mort, Cape of the Mountebank, and Dimension Door to where he described.
Do you have to see it?
No.
Not with Dimension Door.
Okay.
So, yeah,
And if you saw it, there's no risk of getting shunted out because you're familiar
Which
with
we would have seen,
the location.
even though it closed.
And I mean, even if you have an idea of where it is.
I'll make sure I do this. Oh, it's so pretty.
So,
I love that it leaves it close.
So just to clarify, did they go into the pathway that they opened?
Oh yeah, and it
They
closed behind them after
Okay.
she got shackled.
Even after we did the whole like dramatic thing with the fear magic.
Someone
and
dispelled it.
Oh, okay.
You tell me yourself.
It's personal now.
Desired? Okay, so it's Nightcrawler.
Yep.
Okay, got it. That's all.
And
That's
you
all
can take someone with you.
If he's never been there before, you really need to describe that to him, or things could.
Yeah,
it's
he has
walk off
he either has
quickly.
to be able to see or clearly visualize mentally where
Right,
he's
yeah,
going.
but someone could be like 20 feet that way, and you're like,
Yep.
I hope it's 20 feet, because other than that, it's solid rock. You know?
I'll take, because with Dimension Door, you can take a willing creature with you. I will take Mort with me.
Now that we're in there, question.
Are they there? Can I see
lighting?
There is no, it's pitch black down here.
Excellent. So unless my pack has given me double sight, I am going to stay very close to Greg.
Does it?
I don't know. Does it?
You know,
It's
you
not-
know
it's not-
the.
It's not one of the things we've talked about.
Well,
you get to
and
choose
your,
double sight
uh,
as a warlock at some point.
We talked
I'm
about
not a warlock.
mechanically.
That's right.
We talked about mechanically what will happen and contractually what has to happen for you to be able to gain deeper.
Too many gods. Too many gods.
We'll see how dire things get.
I can't wait. I'm just waiting for like Mort to live life, eventually pass in front of in front of Baron Sandi again, and there are like 72 gods going. I have a contract to his soul right here. Baron's like, what happened? I made a lot of decisions when I was young. Okay.
The world was at stake. I don't know what to tell you.
All right.
It makes all of them null.
They cancel each other out. Or it's been just gaming the system.
Mort becomes God.
Maybe.
You're all fools.
All
So,
of the gods
Red.
fight each other over your contracts.
You and Mort disappear.
It's like college
in
recruitment.
smoke.
Hey,
Vamp show up, and as you go down, there is. I should have a gorilla shirt.
That's my bedtime t-shirt.
The
I didn't get
other
dressed today.
three. So there was the purple cloak and the red cloak. As you're down there, you see it was the red cloak who was making the voice, the deeper voice. There's already mist down. You can see that the other three are nowhere to be seen, but there is the red cloaked individual still there. There's.
Did I see the other three going away?
They were not in your sight.
So red cloak, and that's it.
Yes.
Okay. And how far are they away?
Here's the steps that you guys are taking. Your
Because I could dimension door. He described it as 60 feet. I believe I could dimension door 500.
yes. So where in this hallway did you?
I would have dimension door as close as possible to the enemy.
Okay, that's what I thought.
The enemy. Gotta know the enemy, right?
TJ, we're underground now, right? Or we're going underground?
I'm underground.
Okay.
We
We
are
are. The rest of
underground.
us are about to be.
Yeah, well, I'm just curious if Mare is going to be able to fit down here, or if we're...
Braddock figure over there somewhere.
Mort's hanging out over here. With your permission, Mort might climb on your back.
This is such a terrifying. Now, Braddock, it's like you would be muy uncomfortable if you I'm just letting you know.
Yeah.
You can, but it would be like trying to shove a Great Dane into a Corgi kennel.
Uh-huh. I was
Great
just...
Danes are too bony.
Okay.
So I'm guessing Mare wouldn't be comfortable down here.
Bernie's mouth.
I've been thinking about this. It depends on how we want to run Mari, because he is a water dragon.
Oh,
They're not going to be like earth dragons, actually, they'd probably feel right at home in a thick tunnel.
Yeah.
But, like, a water dragon is probably thinner,
I imagine Mari does.
so he might not be able to fly in these tight tunnels,
But
he can, like,
Mari
snap.
is more like
you know,
Haku.
Yeah.
because especially as a young dragon, they probably had to go into caves and hunt stuff. So,
Yeah,
you know,
that
there's
makes
like
sense.
that long, thin serpentine neck. So he's just more of like
Not European.
yeah, like they said, like a giant Burmese python with. You're a Komodo dragon, basically, at this point. The wings fold in, and they just sort of like,
I like it.
you know, come through.
I'm a snack.
Yeah.
Make it Mari, can you not speak like this? Snicking around.
That's just my voice. I don't know what you're talking about.
This is why I don't shift him into this.
This is why Mari doesn't speak English.
Yeah, he normally sounds kind of more like
All right.
this.
Is that all you can do, Braddock?
No, I was
It
waiting for the full
sounds like
script.
a
I didn't know if there was
snake.
more.
You
Okay.
just see
Yep.
mists kind of going out of your sight as they
Very
descend down the
strange
hallway.
how his voice just changes.
How far is one of the mists away? I know it's mist,
It's
but
moved like really
Let me
slowly
see.
too.
Hold on. There
Or is that
does
gaseous
talk
form?
about movement in here.
that's general. That's probably, you know. But I'm just like, hold on.
Hold up.
Because that would have been described to us, the whole flink and go. So I
Yes.
realize it's them. So this matters. Matters for strategery.
Oh, that's strategery. I got 2 words for you. Black box. Black box.
So, like I mentioned, I did take exclusively pretty much exploration and social spells, is what I mostly have right now.
Yeah.
I do have locate creature,
Okay.
and if we know the name of this person, I can track them within 1,000 feet.
Okay.
Also, I could just ping them with. I guess I don't know if they commit crimes, but this seems pretty frowned upon.
You talk to Talani. She
This is
has
at
a
least
list
a
of names
breaking
that,
and entering.
that might work.
Look at what?
Talani and Sermi have a list of
Tomb
names that might work.
plundering,
I
most
think
likely.
you, Cassidy already knew the names.
Reddick, the closest one is here.
Okay.
The rest are about here.
Gotcha. Okay then. That limits some options, but I'm still going to action surge. And
You technically still have full movement.
I know. Action surge. I am
And a bonus.
doing this. Yeah, that was the caveat. If there was another one, I would have done more with it. But I don't want to get big. And other than that, I don't have a ton of bonus actions. So
If you get a nat 20 or kill something, you could.
there you go. So I am going to swing at him, but I'm swinging non-lethally for this. So that will be, with all of his stuff, a 24 to hit.
A
That's
concussive
it.
blast.
There it is. I was like, I don't know, another D4.
Does cutting off someone's legs count as non-lethal?
No.
I mean,
No.
depends on how you cut them off.
But technically, if you
With a sword.
if she does cut off legs, then I can just regenerate them.
As long as you don't cut like
a nice
the artery.
good interrogation tactic.
All right, and you whack them, and you feel armor when you hit underneath there.
Second attack. Oh god. That will be a 26 to hit.
That hits.
Roll 3.
Oh, you and Sarmia still have your
Yeah.
bonuses from the augmentations.
19 damage, non-lethal. And last attack will be a 21 to hit.
That also hits.
Oh no. Yeah.
Oh no!
I lost it again.
Peter Griffin has the mustache. Oh no! Oh no!
took 6.
Yeah. 17
Accidents happen.
non-lethal damage.
All right.
And I will just shift around. And in my turn there, stop! In the name of the law, you're being detained.
Stop in the name of love.
Stop in the name of love.
name of the law. Before I break your arm.
Before you break the law. I'm law with law.
Before you.
I feel like Braddock would. It'd be like, what? It works. I'm rhyming law with
Law.
Braddock, you whack them. Boom, boom. And you can see like there's like rips in the fabric, and it looks almost like their back is swelling a little bit.
Okay. Yeah,
It's your turn, Braddock.
yeah, again, all non-lethal right now.
Right.
I want to knock him. Actually, shit, that's what I should have done. I fucked up. I'm good.
Okay.
I will try to remember that for next turn.
All right.
There was an easier way.
Braddock, they are going to look at you, and they look to you more, and first they're going to cast Hex.
Mage Slayer, motherfucker! I finally get to do this!
Alright.
Finally someone has cast a spell within 5 feet of me.
Such a situation.
Such a situation.
23.
That hits.
It's a good thing when it works.
Non-lethal. I'm
Yep.
assuming.
Again, I still don't know who he is. That was a one again, so 4, 10, 16, plus 6. 22 non-lethal.
Alright. As you whack them again, they're like... And you hear them start to just chant in... You know what infernal sounds like. You don't know what the fuck he's saying, though, but like... And then this, like,
If you
red...
continue with this battle, I will start using lethal damage.
And
you should roll for languages with your amulet,
See, I thought about that.
because you get a language per bonus.
I know that, but I don't know if... I've never really ruled that as I all of a sudden get the languages. Because I'm smarter, I don't know if...
you could... I would argue if you put in the time learning the language, you can learn it quicker while you're wearing the headband.
Yeah.
When you take it off, you just get... we're just...
The word's gone. I
yeah.
forgot the language.
Como diton.
He takes it off. Amenez du fromage.
Yeah.
Okay, what's for the bathroom? Amenez du fromage. What about for spaghetti? Amenez du fromage.
And a circle erupts around them, and they... Sorry. You guys see like a bright red ring of light like shoot up around them, and bright puff of brimstone. Is now a large, bloodied, like the skin just ripped off them underneath this chain armor individual, chains coming off of their bodies, writhing like snakes around them.
You are going to use lethal damage.
You guys can roll a religion check if the two of you want.
Do I have to see him for that?
You're down. I mean,
No.
this
He said it
fire.
was pitch black.
I mean, they're kind of glowing brimstone. This is
Okay.
5 feet in front of you.
Easy.
I did not succeed, I know that much.
This is some scary shit. You
Yep.
don't know what the hoo-ha is going on.
Sorry for my language.
Yeah, sorry for my language.
17.
Poop!
17.
This
Guys here from under the thick stone.
is commonly referred to
Something's
as
going
a
on down
chain
there.
devil.
Okay.
Let me see.
Yeah,
Where...
devil.
But
They're a spooky sort, I'll tell you that
He's
much.
a devil, correct?
Correct.
One of these was a boss, final boss for our campaign, or campaign I was in once, where we all got isekai'd into a D&D world. Us actually got isekai'd.
Level 0.
Dungeons and Daddies.
It was just like, you guys are all on vacation, like RPing ourselves basically. You guys are all on vacation. You guys go to this cheap house in the woods that some guy found on Airbnb.
So this
for a
fiend
deal.
wears its chains like a shroud.
And it was in Death House basically.
Oh,
You
Cabin
have
of
a
the Woods.
sense.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Level 1.
A common person would obviously be driven away from the sheer presence of this thing, just from its, shall we say, spiritual pressure. They can animate their chains that cover their body, and can animate chains that are nearby them, which sprout hooks
Don't have
and
a chain.
blades to eviscerate their enemies.
You have a lot of those.
They act as sadistic jailers and torturers in the infernal realms, and relishing pain and living to inflict it on others.
I feel
They are
like
called on to torment souls trapped in the Nine Hells, inflicting their sadistic fury on the horrid lemures in which those souls manifest.
So most cops become this.
Yes.
Interesting.
Well, shit, that's all I can do. Oh, wait, let me see. I can't do that yet.
What, they had to shed their human form first?
Sermia, I choose you.
There was a lot of them. I thought about
or
bringing
Ren,
some
it's your
here.
turn. Talani, you're on deck.
Hey.
And Sermia,
Did
then
Ran
Mort.
just go?
What?
I didn't go.
What about? Well, I rolled
What did you
pretty
roll?
high.
They rolled nat 20s.
Oh, you rolled a 21.
We're
I
not
rolled
down in the
21.
tunnel yet, though, right?
They rolled nat 20s.
Still an initiative.
I know.
So, Ren, then Cassidy, then Talani, then Sermia, then Mort.
Okay, so I'll just use my movement, I guess, to see. Like, does that get me down the stairs, or?
You have to open the arcane lock.
Yeah,
That'll
they're
take an
still
arcana
low.
check.
Oh,
Or you
okay.
can trigger the trap.
Hold on, I'll
I
try.
mean, it's not really a trap, it's literally like glowing red runes.
If I do the Arcana check and I fail, do I
Trigger
get?
the trap.
I
We'll see
get.
what happens.
Yeah, we'll see. You get a warm hug.
Oh, 19.
Plus, whatever.
It's an 18 plus 1, so
Okay.
19.
Okay, so
I'm
you...
so happy for you.
This is like a nat 20 for him.
Yeah, no kidding. This should be considered a nat 20 for me.
You, like, kind of tinker. You're like, I kind of know how this, and you eventually just, like, take, like, an arrow and just, like jam it into one of the...
You fonz it.
Yeah, you fonz it, and it just... Yeah, that's exactly how it's done. Yeah, and it
Wait,
just...
hold on. He feels the door for a second. And it just pops open.
And it crinkles open, and you can see down the steps 20 feet away is this strange humanoid wrapped in chains with Braddock and Mort on either side of them.
Oh, okay. So the
Oh,
strange.
son of a biscuit.
Oh, so that's Mort on the
Yeah,
stairs.
Mort is the guy with the staff.
Okay. So we will. I guess I'll have Mare hold back for right now, just because I feel like that's going to be a real tight fit.
Don't hold me back. I just want to go.
I just want to spread my wings.
Sorry, go
I hate this Mara.
Why can I hear you all of a sudden?
He lost his wings but gained a voice box with common.
And for whatever reason,
He's
it's
sneaking
This is
right now.
boost. This is so much boost.
But he has to announce that he has disadvantage.
he's actually like his movement now is like
Like a jet.
yeah, like
When you're a jet all the way.
What the fuck? This is so not discreet. Like, come on. You just hear.
Use your figure.
Okay.
Stop holding me back, Dad. I just want to dance.
I'm a maniac. Anyway, so Ron is gonna come down the steps, and he'll kind of post
Followed
up.
by Mari.
God damn it! Stop! This is so not helpful. So I'll post up there, and then technically I would have advantage, right? Since Mort is
Yes.
flanking him. Yay! Oh, although
There's not a ton of it.
well, and he's probably well. Oh no, I don't get disadvantage from being too close because I got that feat. Cool. All right, so I'm just gonna start. Anyway, so I started blasting. I'm just gonna.
Blank.
I dare you to use
Actually,
a tree arrow.
Plus, I think with point blank.
Oh, everybody would get hurt right now.
I think he's out of them.
Let me see.
Oh, he did use his last one. From very,
Darn.
very high up.
And all of his B.
Well, that's the next
Well,
thing
I don't know.
Cassidy's
I don't
I
know
gonna
think
what
it
he
was
has.
worth it.
I don't know what he has left.
That's the next thing Cassidy's
I
gonna work
did,
on
yeah.
crafting. Those tree arrows.
Well, I know you picked it up, but it's not a.
After he
They're
gets done.
enchanted, I think.
Okay.
They're like a magic item.
What is that?
But you
Okay,
could
Probably
probably
stuff
start
to
stressing.
Yeah. It's a. Again.
Or
it's
you could do
from
black
a
market shopping.
specific material.
Science, magic, same general.
Okay.
The arrow turns into a fire.
I'm pretty sure it's at
Close.
least +1 while you're. Wait, no. With this one you get advantage on the roll if you're within 30 feet.
Oh, that's right.
It's a portable
That's right.
bathroom.
Okay.
So you just have advantage anyways.
Cool. All right. So first attack is going. Are you kidding? I rolled 2 5s. That's ridiculous. Okay, hold on.
Back to normal.
Yeah. All feels right with the world again.
So one's a mess.
Okay. Yep. That's a miss. I gotta remember
Chains.
what's. Well, actually, hold on. What's my plus?
9?
Plus 12
12?
or something.
Yeah, it's gotta be like above 10.
Plus 13.
So 18.
So 18.
To hit the chain.
That does hit.
Oh, okay.
Oh, 18
So,
does hit.
so basically, see if you roll less than 5.
Another 5. That's 3 5s in a row.
But you have advantage.
Okay, so that's a 14.
Yeah,
So
so
27.
I got the count.
16.
See if you crit.
Also 16. That's weird. Okay. 18 and 9. So that's 5
We
again.
know is going to be a hit.
A 12. Okay.
So 5 hits. You got one more.
6 or
Nat
a nat
5 hit ones. One's a 5 hits. 1 crit. So
20. Okay. Cool. So that is, let's see, D8.
I don't think you declared. You didn't declare
D8.
sharpshooter.
Here, you can use it on the same set.
Oh, thank you. So what does that mean again? Oh, yeah, I know.
We're
Add
just
the plus
adding-
10.
So we're adding
60
48.
Or 48, yeah. Okay.
And then 2 more d8s.
2 more D8s?
There you go.
Thank you. Alright, so 48 plus whatever I roll. Alright, so that is 6, 10, 15, 18, 19 on the dice plus, so 67.
All right, and you just like, and this thing is peppered with arrows, and it like takes the chains and shoots them down across its body.
Thank you.
Like flexes, and some of them like pop out, but you can see it's like bleeding profusely. Behind this like iron mask, you can see its little brimstone eyes like staring you down through its veil. of
Brimstone,
chains.
huh? So his eyes smell like farts?
Yes.
Ooh, does anyone have, what's Vicious Mockery? I think we could make fun of him for his fart eyes.
Yeah, but I have so many uses for my bonus action that I never use it.
You're also like shit. You can also just make fun of him. Like,
Yeah, you can make fun of
Cassidy,
me.
it's your turn.
Just for free?
Alrighty,
Oh,
so
dude, your
how-
eyes smell like farts.
So since my X-ray vision can
that as a
see
DM something
him
one time, somebody
within
who
60
wasn't
feet,
on
like
time
how
used
far
it.
away am I from the
You're about 40
sun?
feet
It
from
was
it.
such a good.
I'm about
Said
40
that
feet
was
away
like-
from him.
Yeah.
Okay, so how much
feel
movement
emotional
would I have to do to
damage.
get to the stairs?
That was just good.
Or like top
Someone
of the
like
stairs?
that.
I think it was
That's
just
30
non-lethal,
right
so it
there.
didn't really count for much, but it was just
All
like,
right,
you did hurt him. Not physically.
I saw something like that the other
So
day.
what-
Where they were like, "Can I cash like do vicious mockery even though I don't have it?" And they're like, "Sure." I
So
guess. What do you say?
question,
He goes,
Yes.
and
"None
if
of
you don't
best
allow
friends,
this, I'll
best
understand.
friend."
But once I
was
get,
like,
so once I get to the
roll.
top of the stairs, that will be 30 feet of movement for me.
I know.
I would technically have 10 more feet of movement, but if I use my levitation boots to, I just can I like launch myself straight forward and like midair and then try to go for an attack, just going straight at him.
You can certainly
A
try.
rocket punch.
Levitation boots, though.
Because technically, but before I do that, once I get to the top of the stairs, I try to see if I actually have a straight line to him, or if there's a good chance I'm accidentally gonna hit more to run.
You could probably go past them if you turn yourself sideways. You could range attack yourself at him. Like, launch your body at him, but treat your body as the ranged attack.
You go for a Superman punch. Just,
I almost killed one of my characters doing that before.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I gave him a
Did-
deal. He was just, I can't remember what it was, but it was basically like, you have disadvantage on the roll or something like that. If you hit, it's an automatic crit. But if you miss, it like does the crit damage to you.
it's a high jump kick.
Yeah.
I missed terribly and basically went right into the wall.
So I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Just like an invisible missile going at him.
Try
All
to
right.
not work out.
Hey, I had to try. It was worth.
That's a now one.
Oh, it is?
Oh.
TJ feels so bad for you.
What is that? What is it for
This
body?
is what happens when you try to keep playing monks after
Second
you
Which
drawer?
change
which one do you do for
classes.
body?
TJ, is it in the second drawer?
You're not a monk anymore, John.
Well, long enough for the kid
I
do
don't know.
that.
You know what? We'll flavor this. So, Cassidy.
Just clock more in the back of the head. Ow! My chains!
Percentage dice to see who I hit.
No! What will happen is you will launch yourself going forward, and just like Kenna was saying, you jump off and you're like, ah! But it's like,
Got you, telegraph a punch.
and they're both, yeah, they're
He's
both
also
just kind of,
invisible.
everyone's looking eyes at each other, and then the chains just,
I'm still invisible, by the way.
But attacking
Breaks
reveals-
invisibility.
so as you do that, it's so, they're
I mean, it
surprised
wasn't-
at first,
it wasn't
but it takes,
I
you
think
start
the
floating at them,
intention-
and so the chains come up and wrap you up in the chains. You are now restrained in the chains.
All right.
Harder,
I
Daddy.
saw a clip on TikTok.
Okay. I still have a.
Turns out Cassidy has a.
I still have
bondage
a
key.
more attacks that I can do.
Okay.
So I'm assuming that I'm within. If I am restrained by his change, I'm assuming I'm in range
Not
of him.
You
necessarily.
could attack the chains.
This guy is basically
no.
Pinhead, so.
Yeah, you are 10 feet away from him. It runs in the
Okay.
chains.
Let me see.
I have ideas.
Here's the
Reminded me. I saw a TJ clip on TikTok of Vegeta versus Perfect Cell, and he's doing, of course, the Vegeta special where he's just blasting. Cell walks through it with his fist pre-raised, walks through it, and then just clocks Vegeta in the head. I'm like, walking up to somebody with your fist pre-raised to punch them is such a funny visual.
That's a momentum.
I'm gonna get you.
He wanted to get a running start.
He was walking! That's the worst part!
He wanted to get a walking start.
I'll find it again and I'll post it in the group so you guys can see
Would
the
I?
visual.
I still have an additional attack that I could. I.
Look at that little girl.
I'm assuming if I restrained, I couldn't take out my crossbow.
No.
Flower baby.
Okay.
You can like punch, but it would be a disadvantage. Unless you, I think there's a feat that takes it away. But, yeah.
So, but am I able to punch him or am I too far away?
You're too far away. You can punch the chain if you want.
I will then try to punch the chain then. To try and punch myself out of the restraint.
Alright, disadvantage because you're...
Oh, okay.
Andy looks like an E.
That is going to be a 23 at disadvantage.
that hits the chain.
Alright.
There's even a car inside them.
Yes. So funny. It's so real for that.
Okay, one more. He likes climbing this wagon.
14 points of force damage.
Oh, right. As it, punches the chain, you can see, it brightens up for a second as you hit it. You feel like you did some damage to it.
Okay, still got more attacks coming.
Ronnie, you're on deck. Sermi is after her and Mort.
Disadvantage.
Just looking at pictures of my baby.
Just looking at pictures of the baby.
At disadvantage, that's going to be an 18 to hit on the chain.
That misses on the chain.
Okay. Then, bonus action.
Focus on.
22.
That hits.
That's out on maternity leave. Popped up at her weekly meeting this week with their baby. Just baby. She goes there's a baby. Let's see if I can.
I'm not being paid for this, so make it quick. Here's my baby.
23 points of force damage.
All right, and as you're punching it, you feel the chains start to tighten on you a little bit, and you can feel it start to cut into you. Not quite dealing damage yet, but it's getting there.
It's cutting through my armor?
Yeah.
Okay.
A little squish.
I think...
It's been a while since
He's
I've
giving him a shitty grin.
Put it sword.
The clip I just saw from that show was the
Okay, yep, that's all I can do.
Okay.
Yep, good.
Talani, it's your turn. Sermia, you're on deck, followed by Mort.
Okay.
Carry me.
Alright, so Talani. So she's at the top of the stairs, right?
Yes.
Talani wants
me
to. Well, before she does that, she is going to turn, hold up her hand, turn her ring, and burst forth from her hand is going to be this funny little ram.
Oh.
This little guy with these curly little horns and a real mean mug. And we're
What's his
going
name?
to
Bartholomew.
Bartholomew. Actually, yeah. How'd you know that? His
I
name's
know, it just felt
Bartholomew.
like such a sheep name.
I feel like
Bartholomew.
Mari sees that. He's like, oh, look at that sneaky snake. And the Rams is like, I am not a sneaky snake. Okay.
Jeez, don't need to get so defensive. Goodness.
And he rushes at this nasty little freak with a 24 to hit.
Okay, that hits. Wow. Okay, Bartholomew, calm down, asshole.
I am here to do a job. And that's 15 force damage, and it is pushed 5 feet.
Alright, Cassidy, you're pulled with it.
Talani to do a job. Thank you for your service, Bartholomew.
She gives me num-nums.
Just a little hot air balloon.
The charcuterie
Braddock,
is
roll me a
amazing.
dex save.
Roll a what?
A dex save, Braddock.
A deck save, Brett.
That's probably not going
A
to
deck
succeed.
save? What did I do?
12.
Alright, you get pulled 5 feet with them as the ram shoves them and his just fiend ass is right in your face.
Does the restrained cast
Even with
Yes,
my
he is pulled with
new
it.
extreme height.
Yes.
It's right below it. Yeah. I'm so happy I'm taller now.
Okay.
That is my action. Where's Sarmia?
I'm at the top of the stairs.
You want me to bring you down the stairs with me?
I get an ass full of double
As
face.
my
This is how me and
bonus,
Martine work.
I'm going to, I don't know, not a grapple, I
It's
suppose.
called
But
grappling.
yeah, I guess I grapple Sermia and just like hoist her up under my arm, and I'm gonna dive down the stairs, just shoot down.
I used to carry an arm around like that, just sideways, and I used to call it briefcase mode. She doesn't like it anymore.
I know we love that, Mare.
Logs to the log.
I love him too. I've realized this is more the appropriate size that he actually probably is.
Oh, he looks so cool.
As long as it can still be a thing.
He's got a mohawk, and he's in his punk adolescent stage.
I found that, and I've had that forever, and I'm like, you know,
He's
that's
got a
kind
nose
of,
ring.
he's a large water dragon.
It's not a face.
He starts singing,
Dad, I want a tattoo.
"Tonight will be the
All right,
night
I'm sorry.
that will fall
Kalani.
for you."
Mare sneaks in
You're
the
a water
servant's room.
dragon.
All right.
How do you have hair covering one eye?
What are you saying? I don't speak.
Seaweed.
Sonic.
I don't speak basic. It's called common.
Gosh, Dad.
So the ram disappears.
Okay.
This is the ram, right? Okay. Poof. I will see you later, mother.
Such an efficient ram.
And Talani and Sermia are now downstairs. I release my grapple on Sermia. And that's all I can do.
I still
That's my
remember.
turn, baby.
Ram of the ring.
Actually, I still remember that for some reason reminded me
All right.
of Part Hot Coup.
Nice, Talani.
Where at what point
Very efficient.
point
Sermia,
we
it's
can't
your
do
turn.
efficient.
Mort, you're on
we
deck.
got a cart that had no wheels on it. It was just the thing. And to transport us around, we would pump Haku with a bunch of like speed spells.
Can it be assumed that the rest of the levels do?
Where he could basically travel
no.
like
No.
I mean, I guess you can't assume. I guess you know you can't
1,500
assume.
feet a second, or like every 6 seconds, and
I'm
just have
sorry.
him carry everyone in the cart. I remember that.
Hold on.
You know,
By
you-
speed spells, you mean
Hey,
actual speed.
Yeah, haste.
Haste, but
Well, it was haste and like long strider. Like it was everything that could increase speed, and it was just like, here you go, go to town.
Pew.
I just attack.
2 miles in like 30 seconds.
Why cast spells when you don't have to cast spells and potentially get them counterspelled?
what are you talking about?
By 6. So that'd be 250 per second.
I'm going to use a luck dice on my first roll.
All right.
170 miles per hour.
It was something.
Don't worry, we have plenty of those.
So that's 250 feet per second.
Yeah, it was.
25.
Yeah, it was really quick.
25 to hit?
Hold on.
That hits.
Yeah, hold on. It's below.
And that's...
Like it took a little bit longer than a teleport to basically use almost teleport
32
with a cart on the
slashing.
back of Hot.
Oh, nice.
And second attack.
With that one slashing, you pack off, and it cuts the chain holding Cassidy.
funny.
Cassidy, you fall down to the ground.
Dual 5s. But that is... a 17.
That misses as one of the chains like snags and clinks your sword away.
Okay. And... let's see.
Oh, sorry, you started your turn inside of him. I should have done something.
Inside of
No, I actually walked up to him.
Right, but he could see you starting your turn.
Oh, okay.
But I forgot.
Did he do nothing? Did he do something?
No, not this time.
And I will start a bardic performance.
Oh, shit. What is she doing? What is happening? What is going on here?
Whenever she does a bardic performance, is how I imagine.
I will say, Sermia.
Everybody can move half their movement speed when I start a bardic performance.
is Cassidy currently knocked prone?
Yeah, so you could actually do that to stand up.
Okay, sweet.
What? I can command 3. So Cassidy.
Sorry, I
Um,
didn't mean to.
Cassidy, me, and Talani.
Cassidy, I actually really like that figure.
And I can do this every turn I spend maintaining it. I keep forgetting to do that. But it doesn't provoke opportunity attacks, so I can walk past him.
Who was the other one you gave?
Talani and Cassidy.
Do you want to move half your movement speed at all, Talani?
Sure.
Jeremy just gave that to you. If you
Oh,
want
yeah.
to move closer to him? Or do you want, wherever you want, but you got your hallway.
I can pass through his space without proccing opportunity attack.
Correct.
That is what I would like to do. I can. My movement's
dark vision,
or speed's 45. So 20 feet.
Alright.
By the way, with my X-ray vision still active, what do I see with him now? Because if he was covered in a cloak and it was giving all white noise, what do I see him now?
It looks like a skeleton that's ashing and burning up.
I wish that's what my
From the
performance
inside.
looks like.
Pure charisma.
Is that your turn, Sermia?
Yeah.
All right. Mort, it's your turn. Can you roll me a wisdom save real quick?
A wisdom save.
Can't handle the British.
15 on the die. Plus 10, 25.
All right. You see the mask of this face. The mask of this figure twists and contorts, and it shifts to Grailmore's face. And you feel this like sinking feeling in your chest as you see it, but you kind of snap out of it for a second. You almost catch the whiff of the Forever Stew back on the ship as it pulls you out of it. And you realize it's just a mind trick that the fiend will play on anybody. You know this particular fiend tries to get in the mind of people by showing them deceased loved ones.
Fair.
Aww.
The stew lives on forever.
Why'd you pick Grailmore?
It may shock you guys to know that after, was it the last session or the session before? It might have been the last session. I sent PJ, a 2-paragraph long thing detailing specifically how Grailmore's death has affected me and how it's changing things for him moving forward. I thought about sending it to you too, but I didn't want your head to get too big.
You brought it up how that's affected your character, but I was
It has affected Mort.
Sermia sleeps like a baby.
Yeah, no, we know. We hear. One of my favorite
Bring it up every
things
night
that
before you
Tales
go
of
to
the
bed.
Valiant did
I'm
was
sleeping
it
so well.
changed, turned the undead to turn the profane.
Ah.
And it works on fiends now.
Alright, so what are you
I'm
going to do?
pleased to turn the profane on him.
Which direction would he run?
Away from Mort.
Oh, just more.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah, just away from Mort specifically. So that is going to be a DC 20 wisdom that he
What's that? 4 opportunity attacks.
Do they take opportunity attacks though? If they
He failed.
I think they...
Yeah, you're willingly moving out of there.
Well, no, I don't know if that counts as willingly. That's the thing. Also, if it takes an attack, it does break the turn, as far as I understand.
That's what I mean. I think flee.
So, as an action, I present my holy symbol. Must make a wisdom crit. It's turned for 1 minute or until it takes any damage. So it just has to spend its entire turn trying to move as far away from me as it can. It can't take reactions, and as its action, it can only take the dash action. If it can't run anywhere else, it uses the dodge action.
You provoke opportunity attacks as normal when feared.
Yes, but
So
if you
we
guys
can-
attack it, you can attack it. If you attack it, it will lose the fear.
Yeah.
If we are trying to chase these guys down the hallway, we are not wasting time fighting him. We just have a minute to walk.
Yeah.
Just to turn tail and sprint down the hallway. That was my thought process.
Talani rears up for a punch. Mort's like,
You
no.
And then Mort
say
teleports.
Are you guys going to let that happen? Because
Yep.
it goes Braddock, then them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
I think Mort would probably I think at this point, with the amount of time you guys have been driving, you guys know how turn undead works. You guys have seen Mort do this before. You guys, in theory, would know not to attack the thing.
Yeah.
I think it's the best move to just pursue the other guys.
So right
Does
before
Sonia
this
remember?
happens,
No, you're gonna have to say it out loud, or she's gonna attack.
well, you might have to say it out loud because as you do that, more all of the guards that were behind you, they were like, what the fuck is this?
This guy's scared of me.
Okay.
You're scared of him. How about everybody run? Besides us.
Should we go get one of them? Go. And they look to one of the guards.
No.
See what?
No.
Tend to the
Not
party
right now.
guests. Make sure nobody else is, in the area, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Make sure
We'll
outside
stand
is
guard.
safe.
We'll stand guard out here. We'll stand guard here if that's okay with
Yes,
you.
Perfect.
stand guard outside.
And they look to you guys. They turn.
Stand
And they
guard
kind
with
of
the
turn. They're
sneaky
pale.
snake.
You can see. Well, they may have seen battle. This might be the
He's just
first
there.
double
I'm
they've
such
ever
a sneaky
seen.
snake.
He's like,
There's a dragon! The sneaky snake.
Where's the dragon? I'm a snack.
He's broken into a full sprint away from me.
Okay.
We have a minute to follow him.
All right. He books it down this hallway.
God, we really got to turn this whole
And
thing up.
Cannon.
you see every few seconds he kind of bamps farther down, but it's just little kind of little jumps, and the kind of waft of the ash and brimstone. You can kind of follow it down this hallway, and then eventually it opens up. Brad, I can't believe you didn't think about this before. A lot of times in these chapels, they built these underneath the chapels as you guys open to a vast underground graveyard.
With Battle March,
on.
our movement is technically increased by 25% because I can make 3 people move half their movement, and then 3 people move half their movement, alternating by turn.
So, we will open up next week with you guys in this strange underground graveyard. In the chapel in the woods.
We end with Mari. How spooky! Damn it, Mari!